Tonight, a driver is in custody after hitting 6 people in Portland, killing one of them. And after the chaos today, he tried running away but was stopped by a group of people. And that moment was caught on camera. Here's that video showing you that group of neighbors stopping the suspect. This all unfolding today near Stark and 18th. Moments later, police move in, as you can see, and wrestle that man to the ground.
All right, let's walk you through the timeline. It all began when police got a call that somebody had hit a pedestrian near Belmont and 32nd this afternoon. And those 911 calls just kept coming, saying more people had been hit. Neighbors say they heard screaming and tried to help at least one victim who'd been hit by that driver more than once. Our team of reporters is bringing us new information tonight, including a brand new interview with a woman who says she, too, narrowly escaped that driver.
Yeah, so many witnesses to this. Fox 12's Audrey will have that for us in just a few moments. First, we begin with our Fox 12's Bridget Chavez, who joins us now live from Southeast 19th and Stark, essentially where all of this came to an end today. Bridget?
Yeah, that's right. The driver crashed his car right around this area in Southeast Portland. And when he did, those neighbors, like we saw in that video, came out. They corralled him into a corner, waited until police arrived and took him into custody. And you can actually see here that neighbors have put up this memorial to honor those victims that were hurt today. A hit-and-run spree in Southeast Portland has left multiple people injured and one person dead. Portland police say this all started near Laurelhurst Park, with reports of a pedestrian being hit by a car.
It definitely was, one of these things that started out as what they thought one kind of call and developed into something much bigger.
Police say they continued to get reports about more people being hit and an erratic driver plowing through neighborhoods and at times driving on the sidewalk.
I could tell something was wrong.
Charles Kuziak tells us he heard screams coming from outside his home and ran to help one of the victims who was near Southeast 19th and Washington.
She started talking to all of us about how the person hit her once and then came back and hit her a second time, was trying to kill her.
Eventually, the driver crashed his car around 18th and Stark.
You could hear people yelling, "He just jumped out of his car, get him."
When he got out of his vehicle, he was surrounded by neighbors, making sure he did not get away.
I got out of the leave my house, grab a rock, and there's several of us trying to corral him to make sure he doesn't go anywhere because no cops were around.
Jonathan Rendon shared this video with Fox 12. The man in maroon pants is cornered by Rendon and a few others until Portland police arrive on scene. Rendon says he knew he had to do something to stop the suspect from hurting anyone else.
That feeling of fight or flight, I had to do what was right. It was right in front of my doorsteps, and I had to do what keep him from continuing his whole rampage.
In addition to the person who was killed, Portland Fire and Rescue says that 5 others were hurt, but they are expected to survive. They say others may have been hit as well, but did not need medical attention.
Our hearts go out to all the friends and family of those that were injured, especially our most critical.
And we've been out here all afternoon and now into the night. The big question on everyone's minds, we've been asked it by multiple neighbors in the area, is why this happened. And police haven't released any information on the suspect or what may have motivated him, but they are asking for your help. So if you have any information or any video, they're asking that you contact them immediately. Reporting live in Southeast Portland, Bridget Chavez, Fox 12 Oregon.
Continuing our coverage now with an interview you'll see only on 12. Fox 12's Audrey Wheel spoke with a woman who says she narrowly escaped the driver while she was on an afternoon run. She joins us now live from 20th and Belmont. Audrey, police are saying the suspect was driving on the roads and on sidewalks too this afternoon.
Exactly, Wayne. And one witness who was here in this area of 20th and Belmont says that this is where that suspect drove up onto the sidewalk. She says seemingly intentionally, and police officers do confirm that a cyclist was hit here. And we spoke to that other woman who says she was on her afternoon run on a pedestrian path in Laurelhurst Park when she had to run up an embankment to escape being hit by him.
It's just crazy how one person could go on some rampage, and how many people did he traumatize? I mean, I was very minor. You know, I got away without a scratch.
Teresa Bergen considers herself lucky. Really, it was her quick thinking that kept her safe. She was on her usual run in Laurelhurst Park when she heard a car. At first, she didn't think much of it because occasionally there are maintenance trucks on the pedestrian path. She soon realized this time that was not the case. The car was about 10 feet behind her, and she says there really wouldn't have been room for both of them on the path, so she ran up an embankment.
I felt sort of foolish, like maybe I was overreacting, because you really don't expect a car to ever try to hit you, you know? But later on, when I heard about everything that happened, I was really glad I ran up that embankment. If I'd been wearing headphones and listening to music, I probably would have been run over.
Portland police are investigating whether or not the suspect's actions were intentional. Lori Geske says it did seem that way when he hit a cyclist on 20th and Belmont.
I heard a noise, and that's what made me look over, because I thought, what was that? It wasn't an accident like glass or metal, but he had gone up on the sidewalk and hit the Belmont Collective sandwich board in an attempt to hit the guy on his bike, which he did.
Bergen says she didn't realize the extent of what was happening until she started hearing sirens and then saw one of the victims. It was only when she got home that she realized 6 people had been hurt and one of them died.
I cried a lot. I feel terrible for the people that lost a person they loved, the one woman who died, the many people who were injured.
And again, police have not said yet who those victims are or which one of them has since died. Reporting live in Southeast Portland, Audrey Wheel, Fox 12 Oregon.